Tell you is on the website. If you go on the website fitness-nutrition.com and you click on downloads and guides, and then click on guides, and then click on nutrition guide, and a whole big thing opens up. It explains everything I'm going to tell you right now. So you don't have to write it down, but you're more than welcome to write it down. But I want you more than anything to pay attention. There's just a couple basic rules of nutrition that if you follow, you will be very successful. This is not like a diet like going on the Atkins or going on the South Beach or any of these other ones that I'm not really sure what they are. I'm talking a lifestyle. You are not going to be successful until you decide to make the mental change to eat differently and look at food differently. Okay, so this is, I fully expect, no matter how old you are, some of you are pretty young. How old are you, Taryn?
21.
21. I expect Taryn to eat this way till she's 101. Okay? So the next 80 years, I really expect you to eat this way, and I fully do. Okay? And no matter how old you are, because some of you are younger, some of you are a little bit older, doesn't matter how old you are, you can start eating right now. I just saw on Fox News this morning, a new book came out. This guy who was 50-something years old, overweight, had the pot belly and all this, and he wrote a book. I wish I could remember the name of it. It's called like A Healthy Life or something like that. Look it up. He's 70-something years old now. In the last 20 years, he went from being your typical overweight 50-year-old. He has a ripped six-pack, ripped stomach, chiseled chest. His body looks like he's 30 years old. So when anybody says, oh, I'm too old to do this, I'm telling you, I saw this guy on Fox News today. All he did, when we talked about his nutrition, I was like, that's what we do. Okay? I mean, it was no different than how we eat. And here's the basic rules of nutrition. Rule number 1. You have to eat small, frequent meals throughout the day. You've got to feed yourself. If you start starving yourself, your body slows down. It doesn't want to burn off any calories. It wants to store them. It makes it very difficult to lose any kind of weight. Eventually you will, because your calories are so low that your body first burns off muscle and then burns off fat, and then you become a weak, flabby person. That's what happens when you don't eat. I was worried about you, Carrie, when you told me about your diet of you just had eggs in the morning, and later you just had a protein shake. There's no carbs in there. You had egg whites. There's no fats in there. There's nothing for energy. Your calories are a little bit low there. You have to give yourself enough calories, okay? And that's something you have to experiment with a little bit. At the same time, I don't want you to sit there and you don't have to sit there and keep track of all your calories. Eat the right foods at the right time, and the calories will take care of themselves. So, rule number 1 is eat small, frequent meals throughout the day. From the time you wake up, within 30 minutes after you wake up. If you wake up at 6 o'clock and it's 6:40 and you have not eaten yet, you have done your body a huge disservice. Eat as soon as you get up, within a half hour at the latest, every 2 to 3 hours until you go to bed. Your last meal should be roughly an hour to 30 minutes before you go to bed. So for most people, that is going to be 6 to 8 meals a day. Okay? And most people ask me, they say, well, what's a meal? Okay, what do you mean by a meal? A meal is very simple. Every time you eat, you can call them meals, you can call them feedings, you can call them whatever you want to call them, but every 2 to 3 hours you're going to be putting something in your mouth to eat it. And it's really basic and really simple. Every time you eat, you have a protein, and you have a carbohydrate, and you have a little bit of fat. Got that? Protein, carb, and fat. So everything you eat is one of those things. So when you sit down to eat, you say, here's my protein, here's my carb, here's my fat. There's a couple exceptions, but that's basically it. Okay? Every time, just start with protein. A protein every single meal. A protein, the best way to remember it is, if it used to walk on the ground, and you can shoot it, kill it, and eat it, it's a protein. If it used to have a face on it, it's a protein. Alright? I read an article in Muscle Fitness a long time ago, an interview with Sylvester Stallone. And I don't know if you've ever seen Rocky 3. Come on, Rocky 3, the good one? Yeah. Right. And he's ripped up in Rocky 3, got like super ripped. Yeah. He actually lost, like he was down like 154 pounds when he did that. And I remember reading about his diet, and he said, basically, if he said, I only ate things that grew from the ground or that had a face on it at one time. Good way to remember for your protein. So if you have a face on it, you can shoot it, kill it, eat it as a protein. Eat the protein every single meal. That's your lean chicken. For your chicken, your lean beef, fish, turkey. And then there's some exceptions that aren't animals, like cottage cheese, egg whites, protein powders, protein bars. Every time you eat, you're going to have one of those. Does anybody think you have a problem with that? Every time you eat a protein, yes?
I asked this, but I wasn't really clear about, I guess, yesterday, seafood. How do you, I know you said tuna.
Tuna, salmon, all of them.
Shrimp.
Tilapia. Yeah, shrimp's a little high in cholesterol, but you know, you need to eat quite a bit of it to get enough protein, but yeah, that'd be okay.
What about crab or lobster?
Lobster is definitely fine. I don't know if I've ever looked at crab, but
So if you were going out to eat, that'd be an okay meal?
we're going to talk about one afternoon. No, the answer is no. Talk about that in a minute. So every time you eat a protein, right? Every time you eat, you also want to have a carbohydrate. Now,